Go live. Okay. Okay, the extra channel should just about start. We are now live on the extra channel with IonQ. So this is what we're going to do. We're ahead. The Virgin Galactic has not started yet. We've got some time. So let me run into the IonQ earnings. There it is. Fantastic. That's working perfectly. Let me double check all the settings are running fine. So if you've just tuned in, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the extra channel. Welcome to you. It's lovely to have you here for the IonQ earnings. You are behind the scenes tonight with me. We are on the main channel. We are covering the Virgin Galactic earnings. But right now here on the extra channel, we are covering IonQ earnings. Welcome. Welcome to our extra channel. Okay, the IonQ earnings will start in in 30 minutes. In 20 minutes. In 20 minutes. So just please bear with me. Okay, we're all good there. That's all looking good. All right. Okay. That's all fine there. Okay, we'll come back out of there. So now the IonQ earnings is working. Yep, everyone over there. That's starting shortly. Marvelous. So IonQ is happening on the extra channel. This is the extra channel. The IonQ earnings is working behind me here. Well, let me put that fan on. Better. Okay, so the IonQ earnings is running now, and I'll be back with the IonQ earnings in just a few minutes' time, so I'll be keeping my eye on that. So let me get this up on the screen. I can tell you now, we are doing the Virgin Galactic earnings here on the main channel, and that doesn't start yet for a while. We've got a bit of time, so let me just check on the IonQ earnings and tell you what the situation there is. We've got no information just yet. So let me bring up the audio here, and I'll keep listening in. This is expected on the half hour. So we've got a bit of time. Okay, we'll leave that there and come back to that. Fantastic. Zachary Hookway has just subscribed to the extra channel. Thank you very much indeed. If you wish to, this is where we do events in between our shows, where I set up shows, edit videos. I'm on the phone to CEOs. You hear all the stuff going on behind the scenes. That's where that channel is. Now it's completely free and open to everyone. However, because we don't, that's our home of where we are. IonQ just popped up, by the way, just popped up 5.5%. Because we don't want scammers and bots coming in there. That's where we trade and talk 12 hours a day. We've put a paywall up, and it's 99 cents to be a member of that channel, and the purpose of that is so we don't get bots and scammers and trolls. We just get our investors come on in. This is what's going on right now with IonQ. I'll just show you on the screen. But we are keeping, we've got IonQ over there for those guests, but we are watching, of course, the main event tonight for us is Virgin Galactic. Still going down, as you can see. Let's put it up on the screen. The S&P is selling off after hours again tonight. We're not going down 60% like people want to scare people to think we are. That's not going to happen. But there could be another correction, and that's fine. That will present another opportunity for me to buy more, because remember, I'm right on my average now. If I buy more, I will lower the average into it, so I'm okay with that. If you're over on the extra channel, please do smash the like button and consider subscribing. Thank you very much. Here on the main channel, we are waiting for Virgin Galactic. We've got a bit of time. On the extra channel, we've got about 25 minutes, and we'll start the call. When the call begins, I will obviously mute myself. You won't hear me talking anymore. You will just hear the call, and you can have that there. Let's have a look. Let's read some more comments. How many people have we got now on the main channel? 141. Fantastic. Have we got 100 likes yet? Because at 100 likes, YouTube will suggest this out. 67. I'm sure we can do better than that. So come on, guys. If you've just tuned in this evening, let's get 100 likes now. We have enough. We have enough. Right? We could do it. 145 watching. We could just about squeeze 100 likes. If we do that, then YouTube will suggest the video out and more people will learn about Virgin Galactic. 67 likes. Let's see if we can beat that. Let's get 100. 69. There we go. Keep going. If we get 100, YouTube will share this out. Remember, we get the biggest audience in the world for Virgin Galactic flights and earnings, more than any other channel on YouTube. This is the #1 community in the world. We do rank #1. 75. 75. How many are watching now? 141. We've just lost a couple, so maybe we can't quite get 100 just yet. We'll do one more shout out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we are up to 82. Very, very good. I think that's about enough now for where we are at the moment. We'll come back to that. All right. Now, you are in the right place. The Virgin Galactic earnings will be here. You'll get the best audio, the best video. Plus, we have a poll and a debate as well. So let me show you now about this. This is very, very important. Let me do this now. If you're over there on the extra channel, IonQ, earnings comes up in just 20 minutes time. You are in the right place. I am facing the other way right now because I'm covering the Virgin Galactic earnings on the main channel. You are watching the IonQ earnings on the extra channel. And when it starts in a few minutes, I will stop talking and hand you over to the call and you won't hear me anymore until the end. So I wanted to just check this. Let's still see if we rank #1 in the world for SPCE stock. I've typed it in incognito and I've simply put the words in SPCE stock. Shall we see what I've done? And I'm really, really pleased with this because look, SPCE stock, incognito, not my name, SPCE stock. I am #1 in the world, and just behind me is the Wolf of Dubai, who's been off air, who just comes back whenever he wants to sell a few training programs. He's just behind me. He's #2. I would suggest he's a long way behind, but he's #2 nevertheless. He's trying to beat me all the time, but he never will because he never goes live enough. He doesn't make enough videos. He doesn't work hard enough. He just comes on to sell training programs. Yahoo Finance, with 1.24 million subscribers, are in 3rd place. I've been #1 for nearly 2 years, and I'm not giving it up tonight. As you can see, my videos are all over the place. I rank I own this space for Virgin Galactic. This is why I wanted to be the marketing manager for. These are all my videos. I wanted to be Virgin Galactic's marketing manager, and I fell out with Eric Kearney. I refuse to take any more calls from him because until he's fired, I want nothing to do with it. All he wants to do is promote the GameStop shorting for the stock. It's disgusting and I can't do it. So I want nothing to do with it until he is fired. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Let's read some more comments. Have we got anything relevant now to Virgin Galactic? We're not talking anymore about Elon Musk. Not interested in him anymore. Not interested in the violence and the winding people up and all that. We're interested in Virgin Galactic now. We're done with all that. I've realized you can't educate people. You can't help people. If they want to join cults, they will. I'm done with it. Okay, let's focus on what's important. Virgin Galactic right now. What news can Cole Glazier say to move space up tonight? Well, hopefully you watched the preparation video earlier. This is the preparation video. If you've not seen it, I explain exactly what needs to happen. There is the preparation video. The analysis, it was streamed no, not that one there. That's the stream. The video here. You've still got time to watch it. It's exactly 27 minutes long. and you need to know exactly what's going to happen tonight before Virgin Galactic report. Strongly recommend you watch it. It's 27 minutes long. I apologize, I said 20, but it's 27. If you click on that now, go there and come back. You've just got your very last chance to do it before the call starts. You've got a 10-minute window. I would strongly recommend you watch that, and you'll know exactly what we're going to expect from the call tonight and how and what he can say to drive the stock up. All right? If you don't watch that now, I don't know what else to suggest. Anyway, strongly recommend you do. So everybody over there on the extra channel, welcome to you. We're looking at you here from the main channel. Thank you very much indeed. We are running the IonQ earnings, which starts in 15 minutes time. We've never missed an earnings. We cover all the earnings calls, all the flights of Virgin Galactic, all the news. We always have done, always will do. I'm not in the stock, remember. I'm just here to provide the news. My wife owns Virgin Galactic. I don't. I only own the S&P, to be completely open and transparent with everybody. That's the extra channel. Now, if you're over there on the extra channel, the IonQ earnings will start in about 15 minutes. I will bring it up, and when I bring it up, I will go quiet. You won't hear from me until the end. All right? So we shall be with you. We are with you, and if you could tap the like button, that would be great. I know many of my Lucasades, I can see that, are watching both channels at the same time. I can see that because I can see who's watching, how many are watching, what the likes are, and all the rest of it. So that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. Right, but back here on the main channel, in fact, let me just close that down. I don't need another window open. Right, let me refresh Virgin Galactic's position, see if they've got anything coming up yet. No, we're still too early for that. We've got another 20 minutes or so before they bring up their information. IonQ is up nearly 8% now. I can now get probably the numbers for IonQ. I would imagine potentially beaten with a rally like that. No, we're not showing anything yet. Not that I am seeing, but this is the rally that's going on right now with IonQ. Quantum computers, of course, it's the leader in quantum computers. But we're concentrating on Virgin Galactic. The overall market is selling off, not anywhere near like is being told. There's no 60% drop, not at all. We're building consolidation now and support at these levels. It's the time to build deposits there and build up a channel. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm using margin. But I won't buy any more until we dip lower. I'm not going to sell either. I'm building up to over $220 a month now in dividends from the S&P. Don't tell me that you can't get rich owning the S&P. I started at $5,000. I'm now at 96, and I've got 180,000 now invested. Coming up to need 200 grand. Won't be far off, $250,000. So I've got enough now to reach my goal of $1 million. I do not need to buy any more stock. I don't need to buy any more stock at all. But I will buy a dip and then start to trim, because I have enough money now invested to get to $1 million. And that's all I want to achieve live on the show. So have we got 100 likes now? Let's have a look. We're now up to 92. At 100, YouTube will suggest this out. Very, very nice indeed. Let me read the extra comments. And before I bring up the comments, I have this for you. I've just prepared this on X for you. My friend Elon Musk, of course. We've got X over here. Will they beat or miss? Please vote in poll. Will they beat or miss? Just posted this. So let me give you the link right now. Here we go. X vote. Here we go. There is the X vote. Go and vote on that right now. We've just got 13 votes. Miss, they haven't missed for 2 years. So, beat, miss, undecided. Let me give it to my Rumble audience as well. I've got a big audience on Rumble tonight. Let me give you the vote there. There it is. Thank you very much indeed. Back to the poll. Let's see if it's moving. 13 votes. Click on it now and it will move. While you're there, we have IonQ is rallying now again. I've got another poll on X, and that is this a buy, hold, or sell? If you vote on it, please repost it and tell me why. Don't just vote on it. Voting is just lazy. Vote and then leave a comment and repost it. Copy link. Okay, I will give you this one as well. X poll 2. There you go. There's X poll 2. That's, is it a buy, hold, or sell? 23 votes. That hasn't moved. We've got 130 people so watching. Why isn't that moving? What's going on? Let me refresh the screen. Maybe it's not refreshing. It should be. 13 votes. Surely it's gone up from there. No, it hasn't. No one's voting. What's going on there? Why is no one voting? Let me check my notifications. Let's have a look at my notifications just in. Lots of likes, loves, reposts. Okay, I want to thank 6 new followers. So I want to thank Stoop Kid. Thank you for following. Who else have we got here? We've got Rampin Sports. Hello to you. Damian Judson. Hello to you. Della Cruz. Welcome to you. Chris Kakani. Welcome to you. Brian Herzog. And welcome to John Bacon as well. Thank you very much indeed for that. Let me see. Have we got any vote? Oh, now it's not moving. Don't know why the poll isn't moving. That's very strange. 130 people investing in Virgin Galactic and nobody wants to try to influence the stock. That's a bit weird. Anyway, everybody watching me over on the Extra channel for IonQ earnings. IonQ earnings is just 10 minutes away. When it starts, I will go quiet and leave it with you. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll be right there. We are at a very special moment this evening, folks. We are just 60 subscribers away, even though all of the hate and all of the fan club for Elon Musk unsubscribed me in mass today. We are up and we've replaced them all with decent human beings. So that's wonderful. We are very close to 30,000 subscribers. We're just 58 away. So it'd be absolutely great if you've not yet subscribed, if we could get to 30,000 tonight, that would be a very special evening, wouldn't it? At least it would be for me, and it would be for the Lucas Aids as well. So there we go. Let me see if anyone's been watching the analysis video. Only 311 have watched that. That's a real shame. Just put that out. I was hoping more people would watch that. Never mind. Did my best to get information out. Okay. Okay. Now then, how long have we got? 10 minutes before we start the IonQ earnings. Welcome everybody on TikTok, Rumble, and everywhere else you're watching me. Here on YouTube, we've got the Virgin Galactic earnings coming up shortly. I sold stocks with losses to consolidate in VU and J&J with the money I had remaining. Very, very sensible thing to do. So I literally have 2 stocks now, 10,000 J&J and 30 grand in VU. Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. I mean, that's a brilliant. You're going to earn really good dividends in J&J and a $200 stock and the S&P. I mean, that's solid. What's wrong with that? Just got to be patient now. Go focus on earning money. Talking of which, I'm going to do something in a moment. Martin, flicking through Twitter and posts of the protests seem to be peaceful and civilized so far. Wonderful. Wonderful. The people of England today are just protesting in a peaceful way. Let's hope so. That would be great. Thank you for sharing that. Just bought 10,000 space. I wouldn't have bought it until after the earnings. I'd rather pay more and know what business I've got than buy it before. But then that's how I invest. I'm expecting the yen to strengthen significantly against the dollar, John Granfor. A lot of people trying to stand up for Muslims with anti-racism protests, peaceful and civilized way. Ah, wonderful. Let's stand up for just peaceful people. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay, great. Okay, we've got... Oh, hello. We got some comments here. We got some very horrible person. Let me read this. What on earth is this? This fake world piano man didn't visit all countries in the world. He's a liar, worked for Carnival and Virgin Cruise Lines. Doesn't count. He cried for tips because nobody liked him. No record of him. Okay. Okay. So I appreciate that Mike probably banned him. But, you know, Martyn Lucas, Google. Let's see what happens if you type in Martyn Lucas in Google, shall we? Martyn Lucas, Google. What comes up for Martyn Lucas in Google? Okay. YouTube, okay. My website, World Piano Man. Okay. Martyn Lucas X, Instagram, videos, LinkedIn, okay. Oh, hello, Martyn Lucas is an arrogant. Yes, we've seen that. That's the hate mail I'm getting. Let's have a look. What else have we got? X, TikTok, World Piano Man, Google. Popular links for Martyn Lucas. Amazon. Yeah, I've got a shop on Amazon. Stockwits. Yeah, Martyn Lucas Sound and Silence. Facebook, song list. Martyn Lucas. What else have we got? Let's scroll along. Trying to see what else we can get. Martyn Lucas. These are all my websites. Martyn Lucas. Yelp. Yeah, Yelp. I don't exist, apparently. Martyn Lucas Investor, Rumble. Martyn Lucas. I've got my album on Spotify. Yeah, I recorded that where Oasis recorded their albums at the Sawmills. That doesn't exist, I suppose. What else have we got here? Martyn Lucas Christmas concert, Martyn Lucas Soundtown, Martyn Lucas oh, that's not me. Theatre, Martyn Lucas World Piano Man. What's that there? Did a gig there as the World Piano Man. Oh, we can go on forever. But when you say I don't really exist and I'm not real, how did I mean, what should we do? Where do we start? How did I produce this? Right? How did I produce the British Philharmonic Orchestra with my Vegas showgirls? That didn't exist, I suppose. I could go on all day. I could even show you. Is it you? You Are Not Alone. Is it Martyn Lucas? I sing with Michael Jackson here. Martyn Lucas. Is it You Are Not Alone? One Night in Vegas. One Night in Vegas. Ah, hang on, what's it here? Here we go. Here's all my theatre shows, look. Here's the Phantom of the Opera. Doing that. Martyn Lucas, Billy Joel, Christmas concert. Yeah, what else have we got here? Barry Manilow. There's the Showgirls. Frank Sinatra. Forms. There's one here I actually sing with Michael Jackson. Where is it? Have we got time? Oh, I haven't. Oh, it's 2 minutes to go before the IonQ earnings. So you're absolutely right. I've never done theatres, never taught the world. I haven't done any of those things. I can show you countries. I can show you me in pictures of every country of the world. I can also show you me on every cruise line, Virgin and Carnival. I've done Crystal Cruises, P&O, the QE2, Holland America, Viking, Celia. I've done every cruise ship of the world. Woodford. Right, let's have a look then. Let's go into IonQ earnings. I mean, I shouldn't have been doing that. I should be paying attention. Beg your pardon. Right, IonQ earnings. So where are we? Okay. IonQ earnings. If you're watching over there on the extra channel, I'm about to mute myself and present the IonQ earnings to you. So let me bring up the system audio. Okay. So I'm just listening in. We've got half an hour to go for the half an hour to go before we start the Virgin Galactic earnings, but I'm just about to start the IonQ earnings on the extra channel. So we're just 2 minutes to go. Let me check Virgin Galactic. Have we got a number yet? Let's have a look. Virgin Galactic. No, not yet. Let me check Bloomberg. SpaceX tap. No. Super microcomputer. No. Nothing coming through. I'll keep my eye on that. So if you just tuned in, we're trying to get to... Did we get 100 likes? 92. Let me refresh the screen. 97. 3 more likes to go to get to 100. Rakesh, more to come. There isn't any more to come because you're banned from the channel. You're just coming in to spread lies, and we don't want that. So more to come. Remember why you're investing. Yeah, you're banned now, so well done. Yeah, we don't have free speech here. Yeah, we don't do free speech. We do respectful speech. Okay, so IonQ earnings. I'm listening into the audio. Just bear with me. I'm going to start the IonQ earnings on the extra channel. Here on the main channel, we are going to do Virgin Galactic. It's in half an hour. So I'm just listening in. Play. Just want to make sure that we don't do the audio. Okay, it's now 5 seconds to go. They'll typically be 1 or 2 minutes late. 100. Did you say we got 100 now? IonQ any second now. Let me refresh the screen. Yes, 101. Thank you so much indeed, everybody. Now YouTube will suggest it out. IonQ is about to start. We're half an hour before Virgin Galactic starts. I'm refreshing the audio. If you're listening to me now on the extra channel, I'm about to start the IonQ earnings. You'll hear everything. IonQ is doing very well tonight. We are 1 minute late. We normally be 2 minutes late. Let me check the numbers for you on the IonQ earnings. The stock is up. You can see that yourselves. I don't have the numbers yet. Let me check the audio. They're 1 minute late now. They're typically 1 or 2 minutes late. So we'll just bear with us. Once I start the IonQ earnings, I will mute myself. You will hear the call, and I will be back with my Virgin Galactic investors on the main channel. Still playing audio. Still listening in. Stand by if you've just tuned in. Click subscribe and ring the bell. Thank you ever so much, everyone who is over tonight on the extra channel. I know many of the Lucasades are watching both to support the growth of our channel and learn about both stocks at the same time. 16 watching, 16 likes. Wonderful. That's how I know it's all the Lucasades. Still listening into the audio. They are now coming up to 2 minutes late. I hope they start on time, because can you imagine if they go half an hour late and I'm still doing this as Virgin Galactic starts? That would be a bloody nightmare, wouldn't it? Anyway, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Still listening in. Now, if you are interested in seeing what's going on, this is the extra channel for you right now. There you go. I'll give it to you twice so you can see it stand out. You can watch what's going on behind the scenes with IonQ.
A question and answer.
Here we go.
As a reminder, this conference is being recorded. I would now like to turn the conference over to your host, Jordan Shapiro. Please go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to IonQ's second quarter 2024 earnings call. My name is Jordan Shapiro, and I'm the Vice President of Financial Planning and Analysis and Head of Investor Relations here at IonQ. I'm pleased to be joined on today's call by Peter Chapman, IonQ's President and Chief Executive Officer, Thomas Kramer, our Chief Financial Officer, and Dr. Dean Kassman, our Senior Vice President of Engineering and Technology. By now, everyone should have access to the company's second quarter 2024 earnings press release issued this afternoon, which is available on the Investor Relations section of our website at investors.ionq.com. Please note that on today's call, management will refer to adjusted EBITDA, which is a non-GAAP financial measure. While the company believes this non-GAAP financial measure provides useful information for investors, the presentation of this information is not intended to be considered in isolation or as a substitute for the financial information presented in accordance with GAAP. You are directed to our press release for reconciliation of adjusted EBITDA to its closest comparable GAAP measure. During the call, we will discuss our business outlook and make forward-looking statements. These comments are based on our beliefs as of today. Actual events or results could differ materially from the outlook and other forward-looking statements due to a number of risks and uncertainties, including those mentioned in our 10-Q filing with the SEC this week. We undertake no obligation to revise any statements to reflect changes that occur after this call, except as required by law. Now, I will turn it over to Peter Chapman, President and CEO of IonQ. Peter?
Thanks, Jordan, and thank you to everyone joining today's call. There are a lot of exciting announcements to share today. We will discuss our recent technical breakthroughs that we believe bring the quantum era closer than it has ever been, and our compelling commercial momentum that demonstrates how we're working with customers. Let's dive straight in. First, I am excited to say that we have once again exceeded the high end of our revenue range for the quarter, delivering $11.4 million in recognized revenue, which was well above the range of $7.6 to $9.2 million for the quarter. We also booked $9 million this quarter and are very confident about meeting our bookings goal for the year. Thomas will discuss our financials in more depth. You have likely heard there is a space race in quantum computing. But what does that really mean? It's a race between different companies, qubit modalities, and countries to produce a quantum computer that can outperform classical computing. The technical problem that bedevils the industry is noise or fidelity in its qubits. This noise can come from the qubits themselves, the environment, or any hardware like the control electronics that interact with the qubits. Key to the accuracy of a quantum computer is to increase the fidelity of its qubits and their ability to run more computational gates and larger applications. When any company can achieve enough fidelity and run applications in a production environment, significant application revenue can start. With this context, I'm excited to announce that IonQ has achieved a 2-qubit native gate fidelity of 99.9%, or 3 nines, in barium. We chose to move to barium because science suggests it enables higher fidelities than ytterbium. And the better the native gate fidelity, the less error correction in all forms is required. So today's announcement is an important milestone towards even better gate fidelities ahead. To get to better gate fidelity beyond native gate fidelity, other techniques are required. In the past, you've heard us describe quantum error correction, the technique of using additional qubits grouped together to correct each other and produce more reliable results. Error correction is promising, but particularly on non-trapped ion platforms, requires a large volume of qubits. Think tens, hundreds, or even thousands of physical qubits per error-corrected qubit. It also requires many extra gates as overhead, the ratio of which is correlated with the native fidelity of the qubits. So error correction is out of reach for meaningful use in the quantum industry today. Another technique you've heard about from us is error mitigation, which uses software techniques to improve results without generally requiring additional qubits. Error mitigation is commonly used by the quantum computing companies, but poses difficulties for scaling given that it often incurs ever-increasing sampling costs that can lengthen the time to solution. Today, I am thrilled to announce IonQ has invented a new, industry-first partial error correction technique for an important class of quantum gates used with many different applications. The technique, which reduces the errors for Clifford gates within circuits, offers the potential to supercharge the accuracy of near-term quantum computers, bringing us much closer to commercial advantage. This Clifford error reduction technique allows for more accurate quantum algorithms, but requires a ratio of only about 3 physical qubits per 1 error-reduced qubit, and a modest doubling of gates in the algorithms used. We plan to offer this feature in our IonQ Tempo systems. With a combination of hardware and software improvements, we believe that we can extend our achievement of 3 nines to production systems in 2025 and bring that to 5 nines in 2025 and 6 nines in 2026 using error correction. This, along with a combination of much larger numbers of physical qubits and improved gate speeds, gives us more confidence about near-term quantum applications and application revenue for IonQ. For some time now, we have been investigating applications where we can deliver significant value and generate significant revenue. At our next earnings call, we will discuss the first of these application areas. While this has been a tremendous quarter for IonQ's technical development, it has been equally exciting on the commercial side of the business. First, I am delighted to announce that ARLIS, the Applied Research Laboratory for Intelligence and Security, selected IonQ through a competitive bidding process to design 2 quantum networking node systems for blind quantum computing. Blind quantum computing is a process where quantum computers remain blind to what information is being processed through them, and is a key achievement target for the U.S. national security apparatus. In fiscal 2023 and 2024, Congress funded this research for a total of $40 million. The initial phase of the contract is a $5.7 million award for the design of the quantum computers based on IonQ trapped ion processors. We expect to complete this work by the end of this year. In the next phase of the project, ARLIS plans to have 2 systems built based on the initial IonQ design. We feel confident on our bookings guidance for the year, and we're working on several large additional sales for hardware and otherwise, in addition to the ARLIS agreement. What makes us confident is the strength of our repeat customers and our sales team's focus in closing large multi-year deals. Next, we have started final assembly of our first Forte Enterprise system at Quantum Basel, and we now have officially begun construction of 2 more Forte Enterprise systems in our Seattle, Washington manufacturing facility. Our investment in our manufacturing is already paying off, now enabling us to build multiple production systems at a time while not tying up significant engineering resources. I am also pleased to announce that we've extended our contract with AWS to continue to offer our world-class quantum computers via Amazon Braket, the quantum computing service of AWS, to developers everywhere who want to leverage the power of quantum computing. Alongside the AWS contract extension, we have launched an exciting new cloud feature set that includes 24/7 global operations, a new and improved queuing engine, and exclusive reservation windows. These features make it easier than ever for our customers to benefit from IonQ's cutting-edge quantum computers. In summary, this quarter has been another strong success for IonQ. We have proven that our barium qubit technology can achieve 3 nines of fidelity. We have developed an industry-changing partial error correction technique for error reduction that could bring production applications for quantum even sooner. We have factored those advancements into an aggressive new roadmap for our continued leadership in the industry. And we are working with customers like Arlis and AWS to build the next generation of quantum networking and quantum computing applications. And with that, I'd like to pass the call over to Thomas.
Thank you, Peter. It has truly been an exciting quarter on the technical and commercial front, and our financials are no exception. Let's walk through this quarter financial results in more detail. As Peter mentioned, we had a strong revenue quarter, recognizing $11.4 million, which is above the high end of the range we previously provided. This overperformance was primarily due to our ability to make more progress than previously anticipated on some of our contracts that use percentage of completion revenue recognition. We also booked $9 million of sales contracts in the second quarter. As we have mentioned in prior earnings calls, we anticipate lumpiness in our bookings since it is difficult to predict quarter to quarter, or even in some cases year to year, exactly when a particular sale will materialize. We remain confident in our bookings target for the year. Moving down the income statement, for Q2 2024, our total operating costs and expenses for the second quarter were $60.3 million, up 56% from $38.6 million in the prior period, but within our plan for the year. To break this down further, our research and development costs for the second quarter were $31.2 million, up 57% from $19.9 million in the prior year period. Recall that we are investing heavily in R&D and given anticipated demand of building more systems than previously projected this year. Our sales and marketing costs in the second quarter were $6.1 million, up 72% from $3.6 million in the prior year period. This increase was due to us growing both our marketing and our sales teams as we continue investing into our commercial efforts. Our general and administrative costs in the second quarter were $13.1 million, up 19% from $10.9 million in the prior year period. These increases were primarily driven by an increase of $1.9 million in payroll-related expenses. All of this resulted in a net loss of $37.6 million in the second quarter, compared to $43.7 million in the prior year period. Accounting for warrants is confusing to many. This is why we have always pointed out the impact they have on our results. These current 2024 Q2 results include a non-cash gain of $6.6 million for the second quarter, related to the fair value of our warrant liabilities. These results also include growth in stock-based compensation expense related to our headcount growth, which was $21 million for the second quarter, compared to $11.3 million in the prior year period. We saw an adjusted EBITDA loss for the second quarter of $23.7 million, compared to a $19.4 million loss in the prior year period. We continue to project an adjusted EBITDA loss for the year of $110.5 million. Turning now to our balance sheet. Cash, cash equivalents, and investments as of June 30th, 2024, were $402 million. We continue to believe this cash position is the strongest of any publicly traded company focused exclusively on full-stack quantum computing. Importantly, while we have increased IonQ's run rate in recent years, we are offsetting this by beginning to collect on large payments from IonQ's customers, including those who have purchased full systems. Our run rate increases are largely related to employee costs, as we have worked rapidly to bring the best quantum talent in the world to IonQ. It is also worth mentioning that a significant portion of our investment in setting up manufacturing is now behind us. We increasingly look to focus on conservative spending and ramping up sales of large deals. Now, turning to our financial outlook. We are pleased to announce that we will be raising our revenue guidance for the full year 2024 to a range of $38 million and $42 million, reflecting increased confidence in our progress on our percentage of completion contracts. We currently expect revenue for the third quarter of between $9 and $12 million. We remain confident in our 2024 bookings guidance of between $75 and $95 million. Back to you, Peter.
Thank you, Thomas. In closing, IonQ has yet again pushed the boundaries of the quantum computing industry this quarter, bringing us even closer to the quantum era. Our technical team demonstrated our highest qubit fidelities yet, introduced a paradigm-shifting technique for error reduction, and unveiled an aggressive new roadmap to continue our technical leadership. Commercially, our exciting new work with customers like Arliss and AWS gives us increased confidence not just in meeting our bookings targets for the year, but also in the long-term potential of our quantum computing and quantum networking products. Financially, we greatly exceeded the high end of our revenue range for the quarter and posted a solid $9 million in bookings that we believe will propel us towards our goals for the year. To build on our strong position in the quantum market, we will pursue strategic partnerships and other opportunities, strengthening our ecosystem and benefiting our customers, shareholders, and other stakeholders. We look forward to a great Q3 and the rest of the year ahead with our team, our customers, our partners, and our investors. With that, I would like to turn it over to the operator for our question and answer session.
Thank you, sir. At this time, we will be conducting a question and answer session. If you would like to ask a question, please press star then 1 on your telephone keypad. A confirmation tone will indicate your line is in the question queue. You may press star and then 2 if you would like to remove your question from the queue. For participants using speaker equipment, it may be necessary to pick up your handset before pressing the star keys. Again, if you would like to ask a question, please press star and then 1 now. The first question we have comes from David Williams of the Benchmark Company. Please go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon. Thanks for letting me ask a question, and congrats on the really strong progress here. Maybe Peter, maybe first. Can you give maybe just a little more color on the partial error mitigation scheme that you'd mentioned earlier? How does that maybe change your roadmap? And is this an innovation that you had seen and have been working towards, or is this something that maybe has developed as you've worked towards other error mitigation? Just trying to understand the innovation here and how we should think about this type of...
Welcome, everybody, on the Extra channel. Please tap like and subscribe. We are over on the main channel with
me as well.
Virgin
Dean, I'll let
Galactic.
you talk about the technology.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so right now, this is something that we've been working on for a while, right? We've been building up our error correction team and the experts that we have through kind of just continued hiring and trying to build out that part of our research and kind of development team. From a technical perspective, this is a technique that has been talked about before in terms of high-level approaches where you're not trying to achieve full fault tolerance, but instead you're trying to target those parts of the system and those gates that are causing the most problems. This technique targets what are called Clifford gates, which are comprised of many different applications or make up many different circuits that are used to solve different applications. And so the Clifford gates are one of the noisiest gates in many quantum computers. And so this technique allows us to reduce the most noisy part of those circuits so that you can end up with basically better results at the end of the day. And so it's going to factor into the way we think about approaching applications, the kind of applications that are accessible. So what this, at the end of the day, does is make a larger set of applications reachable earlier than we would have earlier thought.
And I'll just add a little bit to it, which is this plus many of the other things that we have going really starting to give us confidence in kind of the time frame for meaningful applications and actual revenue, significant revenue generation. Frankly speaking, I think up to this point, it's been early for significant investments in applications. Some companies started application development 10 years ago, even though there wasn't quantum computers yet. So this is kind of, I think, a significant milestone for us in terms of getting to confidence that now is the time for application development. And we'll talk about the first kind of large application at the next earnings call.
Great. Thanks so much for the good color there. And I guess maybe secondly on the ARLIS contract, I noticed in the press release it seemed like there were a few different figures there, and just hoping you could help me understand exactly what those meant. I saw 5.7 and then 12 and even a 40. So just help me understand what each one of those figures represent, please.
Yep. No, I'm happy to give you the color on that. First, even before diving into this, I think one of the most important things is we've opened up another branch of the government to be an IonQ customer. And, we, like our existing customers, we hope that this is not a one and done, but a multi-year relationship that continues into the future. So, we're excited to have ARLIS and the intelligence community as a customer, and we look forward to many years working with them. As to this particular contract, in fiscal 23 and 24, Congress so far has funded this project for $40 million. And so we have won the first phase of the contract. It's a multi-phase contract for $5.7 million. The remaining $40 million is expected to largely go to the construction of the hardware. And we expect by the end of this year to win the next phase of this of an additional $12 million. So in fiscal 24, we expect the ARLIS contract to contribute roughly $17.5 million towards our bookings goal for the year. And the remaining of it, will show up in 25.
Okay, perfect, great. Thanks for the help there. And then maybe just lastly, you've made some really tremendous progress here over the last several quarters and lots of moving pieces here. But I guess if you were going to kind of boil down your progress and where you are today relative to where you were maybe 12 months ago, how do you think about that progress, and where are we on the pathway to real quantum from where you sit today? Maybe not just for IonQ, but just broadly, how do you think about it? Thank you.
Well, I think in lots of companies, and not just IonQ, there's been lots of interesting progress, across lots of different modalities. We do continue to believe we look at many of the other companies and modalities and technologies. We think that many of them still have a number of, technical things to overcome before kind of getting to a place of great success. We do think, as we always look, that we think that IonQ is in good position for that. And we're going to be getting to a new phase of the business, which is generating revenue from applications rather than generating hardware sales. And that's kind of the next exciting phase that we're about to start to invest in and hopefully see a return on. So it's just I think it's that part where everyone's been waiting, to be honest, which is when do we start to transition from kind of these early sales to something which is much more significant. And I think the other side too, if you look at what we said we were going to do in terms of both technical and financial from the IPO, we're hitting out of the park once again. We continue to beat even our original estimates. So we're starting to build quite a significant track record. We're on our ways to breaking through, I think, a mental barrier, which would be the $100 million mark in sales. Had we not gone public via SPAC, we would be thinking about going public with those kinds of sales, just as, through a more normal IPO process. So I think that's a significant milestone for the company as well.
Thanks very much for the insight. Certainly appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you. The next question we have comes from Quinn Bolton of Needham & Co. Please go ahead.
Hey guys, let me add my congratulations on the financial and technical milestones, especially hitting that 99.9% to qubit gate fidelity. Wanted to start just maybe you talked about the updated roadmap. I think you published that back in late June. Kind of what are the key milestones now on the updated technology roadmap? Are you still targeting tempo for delivery in 25? Is that still expected to be based on barium qubits? Just what are the highlights of the updated technical roadmap?
Yeah, Dean, you want to take?
So right now, our technical roadmap remains the same. We're still targeting AQ64 in tempo. It's still planning. We're looking at barium as the qubit species. So all of those pieces are there, right? So what we're starting to unveil is a little bit more detail about some of the component benchmarks and other things that are going to kind of enable those AQ benchmarks and numbers that we've talked about in terms of our native 2-qubit gate fidelities, our qubit counts, et cetera. But right now, our roadmap remains strong and our progress remains strong.
And you've seen, not only in this particular announcement today, we have gotten to 99.9 in barium, right? So that's significant. The other thing is you've seen, I believe, some images of 64 ions loaded in a system as well. So these are all small milestones or, along the way to getting to tempo. And so we're just kind of showing the progress along the way. Yeah, but the answer is yes, we're on track for delivering in 25, the first manufactured systems for tempo.
Perfect. And then on the error correction announcement from this week, I guess, can you give us some sense, what percent of gates in a typical circuit, and there's probably no typical circuit, but, how frequently used are Clifford gates? Are those 10% of the gates, 50% of the gates? And can you take the techniques to improve, or to perform error correction on Clifford gates? Can you use similar techniques on other commonly used gates in quantum circuits?
Great question. And so the Clifford gates are a class of gates that we use here. A lot of other companies use as well. And so they're highly applicable to many different applications. A lot of the variational circuits, chemistry circuits are comprised of large subblocks of Clifford gates. And so these kind of, noise reduction techniques allow us to be able to target really the key pieces of those circuits to be able to reduce the overall noise and improve the overall results. And so the beauty of this is as a stepping stone. There's another class of gates that we will have to address noise on, and those are called T gates. But our overall philosophy is that any noise reduction helps before the industry reaches full fault tolerance, which is still, we believe, years away, right? There's a lot of other building blocks besides just the error correcting code required for full fault tolerance. And so as we move forward, these are the kind of innovations that accelerate both in hardware and software the capabilities to be able to kind of, as Peter said, supercharge the systems to be able to deliver value sooner.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question we have comes from Kevin Garrigan of West Park Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi all. Let me echo my congrats on all the progress and congrats on the results. To start, I'm just kind of wondering if you can give a little more color on the ARLIS contract. How many were in the bidding process? Were they all different quantum computing architectures? Anything else you can kind of provide there?
I'm not sure we know exactly. I mean, strangely, they didn't send us the responses to the RFPs. So, but it is my belief system that there was a number of other companies in different modalities that competed for it. So, but I don't, to be honest, I don't know what the companies exactly were, and obviously know nothing about what it is they proposed. So, but it was an open bid. and we won against everyone else.
Okay, got it. And then Peter, you had mentioned Arliss opens up another government avenue. I'm just kind of wondering if you can give us some color on the commercial and enterprise side of things. Have you started to see an increase in commercial and enterprise customers looking to adopt quantum computing?
Yeah, very, very much so. This is, I guess there's a couple of different things. We see two different kind of things customers are interested in. One is quantum networking, and one is quantum computing or application development. It's a little confusing because both of them require quantum computers. One is with the purpose of doing networking and communication, and the other one's doing, it has an interest in applications. But both require, quote, systems. So that part of it can be confusing. When, for instance, when we were talking about Forte enterprise sales, those are largely customers interested in compute, not networking. So the Arliss is a case where we're building systems, but now for their primary interest is networking. And so we also see, increased interest in the applications and the compute space as well. And as I mentioned, we'll talk about the first of those coming up at the next earnings call.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate the color. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next question we have comes from Joe Moore of Morgan Stanley. Please go ahead.
Great, thank you. Yeah, along the same lines, I mean, you've gotten so many federal opportunities between the Air Force, the Navy, now Arliss. Can you kind of talk about if there's a common thread why you keep winning those opportunities? And, you said it's a competitive bidding process. What are the criteria you think that's getting you selected ahead of other quantum opportunities?
Ooh, boy, that's a complex question. I do think that there's a number of things. We have I think a good product, and the fact that the error rates are the best in the industry. Kind of in general, ion trapping is the early winner here, so that certainly helps compared to some of the other modalities out there. But then even within the ion traps, I think we're winning largely because we've got a good sales force and a good sales plan, and so we're, from what I can see from all the published data, is that I can see is IonQ is winning on the sales front, and so it's got to be a mixture of Rima and her sales team and the products that we have. So I think customers in the know are liking what we're doing.
I can speak a little bit. The success criteria that the Arliss customer was looking for in the competitive process involved technical capability in terms of the system. That included the ability to optically connect systems across a distance. Our investment in our photonic networking and capabilities and the experimental results and things that we've achieved to date were a feather in our cap. They were also looking for a proven track record in delivering and providing systems to customers. We have that track record. So when we were scored at the end of the day, the customer basically scored us high in many of the technical and kind of programmatic requirements that they were looking for in terms of what they were shooting for. And so it goes to speak to the track record that we've been building and investing in, both on the technology side as well as on the company side.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, if you would like to ask a question, please press star and then 1 now. At this stage, there seems to be no further questions. I will now turn the conference call back to Peter Chapman for closing remarks. Please go ahead.
I want to thank everyone for joining us today and for your support and for all the great questions. Finally, I want to thank the entire IonQ team for their continued diligent work that contributed to such a meaningful quarter for us, both technically and commercially. And that continues to fuel everything that we look forward to in the future. So thanks again, everyone, for joining, and we look forward to talking to you
our assumptions
at the
around our
next
operating
earnings call.
costs and the economies of scale we expect to achieve.
Thank you ever so much, everybody who joined me on
Historically,
IonQ.
the design
Now
and
join us
operations
here
of human
with
space
Virgin
craft
Galactic. The
made
link's in the
regular,
chat.
repeatable
Thank you
flight
and good evening.
operations with individual space vehicles complex